Well, welcome to the Crofty Rogues. The Crofty Rogues who are here to review Men in Kilts. We are the Crofty Rogues. My name is John Cosgrove. I'm from Ireland, as you can tell from my accent. Some people think it's fake.
My name's Stephen Quinn. Have I crossed... You're about to say a line there?
No. I was going to say, and the man next to me is not fake, but, you proved it.
I thought you were leaving a gap. I thought you'd paused. I thought you were waiting for me to come in there.
Yes.
Okay, we'll move on. My name is Stephen Quinn. I'm from Australia. I have an accent too, and it's not fake. This is the way I talk. I take this accent everywhere with me.
Neither of us are from Scotland, yet we're here to review Men in Kilts Episode 6, Scotland by Land, Air and Sea.
For those who don't know, and at this point, why don't you? Men in Kilts is Sam and Graham from Outlander as they travel, around Scotland, taking in all the sights, sounds, smells, the culture, the history, the
grass,
the grass, and there's
whiskey.
a lot of it in Scotland, and it's wonderful stuff.
Well, this week it definitely was like a tourist video because it was all about the landscape of Scotland.
Yeah.
They had very few guests. It was really about them. There wasn't a lot of acting. I thought it was a genuinely good show.
Well, yes, they had a couple of guests, and there was a little bit of acting. I think I'm now very well aware that Graham is afraid of heights.
That wasn't acting. Did you think it was acting?
No, but I mean, there were bits of it where he's playing it up a little.
But when he went down on the side of that rock and he started saying to use my daughter's vernacular, why is he using the F words, Dad?
We'll get to that part later. They started off, as John said, it's by land, sea and air. They started off on bicycles, old school bicycles, going up a hill, and they gave up pretty quick.
As you would.
And then we cut to Loch Ness. Now, I have been to Loch Ness.
You have?
I have. Long story, which I won't tell, but I ended up at Loch Ness, sitting on the side of a road on a rock, sort of with my feet dangling in the water, and it was a misty day. And there was this sort of like a...
How much whiskey did you have?
No, I was driving. There was a curtain... Hang on, wink. There was a curtain of fog on the lake. And a tourist boat came from outside of the fog, heading toward the curtain of fog, motored straight into it, and I never saw it again. It was just... Obviously, nothing went wrong, but it was a very dramatic scene, sound effects. It was cool. Loch Ness is stunningly beautiful.
Is it? Now, I imagine, because they didn't show it on camera, that all around there's these wee shops selling Loch Ness, like, tat.
Yeah. What's the
Is the town called Loch Ness?
I don't know.
Well, I was watching Men in Kilts the other night, even with the F-bombs, with my two daughters. And they said, oh, Loch Ness, Nessie. Oh, wait, it's in Scotland? Yes, it's in Scotland. Nessie is in Scotland. I mean, if you really want to have a tourist attraction, make up a story. Bigfoot, Loch Ness, Quino.
There's a story. One of the guests they did have was, and I've got his name here, Gary Lewis, who plays Colin Mackenzie on the show, and they were on the loch, or the lake, in a rowboat with him. And they were...
Rowing.
Rowing.
On the boat.
Or... That's the joke. Or rowing.
Okay.
But the overriding thing about Loch Ness and its surrounds is it is all a postcard. It is so incredibly beautiful.
Because it's in Scotland, which Scotland's like Ireland's first cousin. It really wants to be in the family and it's so close, but it's not quite there. But I'll tell you what, from this show, I almost thought it was there.
Do you have midges in Ireland?
Oh, we do. Now, Sam's battle with midges.
It's been ongoing.
It has. It needs to end. How come the bald guy, Graham, doesn't get slapped by midges?
I don't know. Maybe he's toughing it out and they're trying to make Sam look vulnerable for the camera?
Maybe. So then they went swimming in a cold water piece of Scotland.
Yes. They were at the foot of a waterfall and...
Sam took most of his clothes off.
Graham did not.
Graham kept his shirt on.
As we've said more than once, I don't think Sam needs a lot of nudging to take his shirt off.
He was there flexing his muscles, jumping into the water. It looked cold from we were. I can only imagine how cold it was. I would drink whiskey after doing that.
They were also biking around the Isle of Skye, and they were at one of the islands they talked about in the chain of islands off the coast of Scotland is an island called St Kilda. St Kilda is a bayside suburb of Melbourne
In Australia.
Just thought I'd bring that
They
up.
also have an Aussie rules team called...
St Kilda?
Yeah.
The Saints.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imaginative nickname.
So that little island of people went off to Australia and created a whole bayside area?
No, it's just, names from that part of the world pop up all over Australia.
There were some funny names in some of those islands.
Egg, muck.
Yeah. That were good.
There were two of them. They also went abseiling, which is kind
Have you done that?
I have.
I haven't.
Kind of the central
I don't want to
piece
do it.
of the whole episode. And for those who don't know what abseiling is, it's basically walking backward down a cliff.
Very high up.
A sheer cliff. Now, they didn't go too far. They went down to a ledge, but it was far enough away that there was peril at every turn. Yes?
I was going to say, one of the things that struck me from that whole bit that was in the centerpiece of the show, number one,
Yes.
there was real swearing. He was genuinely scared when he was halfway down.
Yeah.
And number two, you got to see how much of a crew was involved in making the show. It's not just one lad running around with a wee iPhone like we're doing. Wee man behind the iPhone, how's it going? You're looking well. There's a whole crew of lights and sound and microphones.
You were surprised by that?
I was.
Also,
That we got to see it.
Also, there is no one behind the iPhone. There is no wee man telling us.
His name is Ginger. Ginger, hold it up a wee bit, Wally.
I learnt some things on this show. What's the difference, John? Because they were on a ferry a couple of times.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a ship and a boat?
You can put a boat on a ship.
Yeah, a ship has a boat on it.
Yeah.
Who knew?
The Titanic people knew.
Yeah. What's a Monroe? There's a question without notice from the floor.
It's the capital city of Liberia.
That's Monrovia. You were close. Nice guess, though. A Monroe. Just to give myself a little pat on the back for knowing that. A Monroe is a mountain above 3,000 feet, and there are approximately
142 of them.
a bunch of
Scotland.
them, like 280 or something.
There is. Just less than 300.
Yeah.
I've been to one of them, Ben Nevis, which is the tallest of the Munros, to go skiing, but I just stayed in the lower part.
Do you know, Ben, one assumes in the dialect means mountain.
Yeah.
Mont, M-O-N-T, means mountain in French. The keyboard player for many years for Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers was Ben Tench. So his name is Mountain Tench.
That's awesome. Yeah. In Ireland, rock means carrick, and in Norwegian, berg means carrick. So in Ireland, Carrickberg is rock. I mean, where's this going?
Well, let's leave on a piece of mythology. John, how was Scotland formed?
The English didn't want it, so they sent it up north.
Okay, you're going that way. It was apparently an old hag, a giant hag.
Oh, yeah.
Hag.
We love old stories in our country.
A giant
apparently
hag
in Scotland too.
with a basket of rocks. And as she threw out a rock, willy-nilly, that was her assistant.
No, that's our assistant.
Willie! Hey, wee Willie! Each rock formed an island in the chain and it became Scotland.
Wow.
Many.
And there is a Scotch whiskey called Hag. And if you're going to drink Scotch whiskey, you should drink it out of a flask. And if you want a really good flask, you should go to the Celtic Croft.
Celtic Croft. Kilts and stuff. Kilts-n-stuff. That's the website. A wonderful array of all Celtic paraphernalia, both cultural, physical, and comestible.
I don't know why I'm waving my hand, but I was going to say, sometimes we like to highlight the tartans that were highlighted in the show. There were no tartans this week, but I have to say, the bald fella, Graham, had an exciting, and this was noticed by my girls as well, an exciting array of scarves. Normally I'm a scarf man, but we're in spring now in Minnesota and there's no need.
Not normally you're a scarf man. Of late, you've become a scarf man. And I know why. It's because you sampled the array of scarves available at the Celtic Croft.
They sent them to me.
They thought, just of it, sent them to you? What about send them to us?
Well, there we go.
You thought just the very thing. I'll have me a wee scarf. And you've become quite the connoisseur of scarves.
But not this week. This week I'm wearing a plaid shirt that's obviously way too small for me.
You know what your favourite film is?
What?
Scarf Face.
And on that note, we are the Crofty Rogues. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.